Hi, I'm Chaotic Tunes, and there's something you guys should know about me, and it's that I am a huge car person, a car guy, if you want to call it that. And because of it, I spend a lot of time playing car games or car mechanic simulator, looking at cars that I cannot buy, etc., etc. Right? And I want to talk to you guys about dream cars. Okay, let's put it that simple. I've always had the same philosophy, right? When you're gonna buy a car, you should buy something that you want, something that you enjoy, that's something that it's reliable, I guess, right? And often those do not fit into your dream car because dream cars are typically more on the expensive side, right? So it might be a Subaru Impreza, WRX, STI, whatever you want to get, or maybe a Corvette, a Camaro, a Mustang, a Lambo, a Ferrari, a Maserati, hell, even a McLaren, right? Those might be your dream cars, and while they're really good cars, they're fast, they're luxurious, they're expensive, they don't always fit all the categories. Because let's say, for example, you get a Mustang, right? And you have a family, it's not exactly the best car. So most of the time you have to choose between having your Mustang or getting something that can fit the whole family, right? Obviously, if you got money, then that's not really an issue. You can have all cars. But dream cars are typically just that, dream cars. However, I was lucky enough to own my dream car. And this is gonna sound weird, but my dream car is a Nissan Sentra SER Spec V, which I currently do own, but I will have to sell, sadly. Let's rewind a little bit. The Nissan Sentra has been a very important part of my life and even of Mexican culture.
So Nissan only built them between 1990 and 1994, but Nissan Mexico did it for a little longer. Their Sentra down there is called the Suru. They built these suckers for years. It was the most popular car in Mexico until 2011. The Suru was super reliable, cheap to maintain, and lasted forever, making it an undercover icon around the world.
Because if you go back all the way to the 1990s, Nissan Mexico released a car called the Suru, and it's pretty much the Nissan Sentra, just with a Mexican badge. And it's always been in my family. My grandma owned one of those. One of my sister's first car, well, actually her first car was a Nissan Sentra. My mom bought a Nissan Sentra before we moved to the US, and it's still with us. It's still in the family. We don't really use it because it's a little broken down, and I'm sure with enough love and money we could get it running again, and I'm planning on doing that at some point. But the Nissan Sentra has always played a huge role in my life. So little me, when I was in middle school, found out, hey, there is a sports edition of the Sentra, and at that moment, my mind was blown because the two worlds collided, right? As a kid, you wanted something fast, something exciting, something cool, right? And in the other side, I had the love and affection that I have for Nissan, and especially the Sentra. So finding this out was nothing short of amazing. I was so happy and I was so excited because the Nissan Sentra is something I hold extremely dear to my heart. It's a beautiful car. And about a year, actually 2 years ago, I was lucky enough to be able to buy that car. And I'll put a picture of it right here. This is the first day that I bought it, the first day I drove it off the lot. And it was such an exciting moment. Mostly because I didn't know how to drive a stick shift, and this car's only come in stick. So it was kind of what can I say? A trip. Thankfully, my mom knows how to drive stick, so she came to the lot, picked the car up, and drove it to where I was living at the moment. And she taught me how to use it. She did not teach me in a traditional, calmly manner. No, she took the car, put it on a cliff, and then told me to take it off the cliff. And if you don't know anything about that, getting a car into first gear when you're on a cliff going upwards, extremely fucking hard. But I learned in about 2 days, so it was good. A day and a half, 2 days, give it or take. And ever since, I daily drove that car. The previous owner did a couple of upgrades. He changed the exhaust system, did something to the engine. I haven't been able to pinpoint what it is, but the engine is a little more powerful than it should be. And I think he also changed the air intake system. So pretty much just a little performance upgrades, right? But I feel like he didn't take it to a proper tune shop because the car constantly gives me a problem. And that problem is the exhaust manifold. The exhaust manifold keeps breaking and clogging up the exhaust, which is bad because the car cannot accelerate if it's not able to get the air out of the engine. So this is the third time it's happened. The first two times I fixed it, and each time it was near to $800 each, and it's very expensive to keep on doing this. So sadly, I do have to sell my car. I simply cannot keep up with fixing it. I do have my other car, which thankfully I have something to move around in. But it's a little sad that I have to sell it. I'm gonna put a picture of my car, the Sentra, boom, right here, so you can see what it looks like now. I've done so much to the car to make it look pretty. I've cleaned up the rims, I've fixed scratches, I've done some paint touch-ups. I've done quite a bit to make it look pretty, and I'm really sad to sell it, but I simply cannot afford to keep fixing it. I hope you enjoyed this video. It's something a little different because since I'm working on animation, I'm kind of spending more time on attempting to draw in an animation style, which is really time consuming, let me tell you that much. And I didn't have time to, do a drawing for this video. Yesterday I didn't post because it was Christmas and I went to sleep almost at 6 in the morning. I was just too tired and I couldn't do another video. I'm sorry, you guys. Nonetheless though, if you enjoyed this video, I really appreciate if you drop a like. I put quite a bit of effort to make it look nice and pretty. Yeah. If you have a dream car, let me know in the comment section below. What is it? Do you have a car that you're really passionate about, something that you really love? I love to hear what you have to say because cars are something special in my opinion. Nonetheless though, do hope you have a wonderful day. If you enjoy my content or anything that I post on my channel, really appreciate you subscribe to it. I post from Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. in the morning Mountain Time, except this day. But really appreciate it. Nonetheless, hope you have a wonderful day, and until next time, don't do drugs, because those things are bad for you.
Omae wa mou